Hello, my friends, and welcome back to episode 2 of our Cao Cao campaign, 190 expanded mod on Total War 3 Kingdoms. Last episode, we left with a little question. Do we go north to fight Lu Bu, or south to continue against Tao Qian? Up at the north here, we did see a brief appearance from Lu Bu's army, but they suddenly disappeared, so whether they went into ambush, or whether they went back to their lands, we don't really know. But there is one crucial thing I didn't check, is that because Lu Bu is his own faction, whether in fact we are at war. I do believe he may be a vassal of Dongzhou, so it may be possible that we are, but I'm going to double check because that may dictate our next action. So we'll take a look at the diplomacy tab right here. And let's take a look at none other than Lu Bu himself. So of course he's got similar strength, but Lu Bu himself, if he does appear, will certainly be superior. But within the army that we did see, we did not see Lu Bu amongst them, luckily. But they did have a full stack in terms of their army, so I was working on padding out my army to a full stack as well for all three generals. So in that respect, I can see that he is in fact a vassal of Dongzhou. So I would expect that we are at war with him. So let's just click on negotiate here, just for a moment. So here, even though we're a vassal, we're not at war with Lu Bu. So that in itself is a bonus. So in effect, we can probably finish off stacking up this army and moving it back down here. Now, we've got some unique factions with this mod, a lot more individual generals. For example, this area is occupied not by the Han, but by Chen Wen. And in that respect, I believe Chen Wen is at war with Yuan Shu. So Yuan Shu did vassalize some territory down here. He's also up here there with an army as well. So Yuan Shu and Liu Chong are at war with one another as well. I was kind of hoping that Liu Chong would head north to take Nanyang, but it appears that Yuan Shu is beaten to it. So whilst we do have Yuan Shu on our borders, I'm hoping these two armies are going to fight each other. So for the moment, given that the ultimate threat is not Lu Bu, because we're not at war, we can probably venture south again. But it was wise to come back just in case they decided to have other ideas when that army appeared. It gave me a cause for concern, shall we say. So definitely we're probably got a lucky escape. If we were at war with him, I was tempted to take Hulao Gate just to block him off and have a little defensive standpoint. But essentially we don't have to make that judgment right now. And more to the point, when this game started, this was in ruins, so it's good to see that in a way it's been restored, because I was worrying that we would have to do it ourselves and pay lots of money. So whilst our income is very good and we've got quite a nice healthy roster of generals, I wouldn't want to spend loads of money restoring that just to block off the north and potentially upset the other factions as well. So that's really a positive. So we were just reorganizing everything. Cao Cao himself has a lot of archer-based units that I've been able to take advantage of. I was in the process of filtering out these saber militia from the stack of Jahudun and sort of moving them across there. But I don't really want to change anything now. I think we would just take one less saber militia, but I'm going to need some more money first. So in that respect, we'll take a turn. We're just going to take a look at this particular general of ours who's got an upgrade. This is the irreplaceable adjutant. And I think we're going to move towards... I always like to move towards this little one, which is like flaming shot. So if I need some flaming shot on the field at one point, this is going to be our general. So we'll definitely apply that. And we'll take a look at our court, just to remind ourselves that we can put 5 way elite generals in here and give them some actual bonuses on the battlefield. It's not really a status position within the court, it's a bonus to the character themselves, that particular slot there. But I haven't decided how to fill it. I want to just progress a little bit first. Same with obviously putting the Chancellor in. So in that respect, I think I'm just going to take another turn. Right, okay, so we've got Zheng Jiang on the field, declaring war against He. Nothing major there. Apparently he was destroyed as well, quite quickly, I might add. Yuan Quan declaring war on Liu Dai. We've got Liu Dai declaring on Liu Shao. A lot of war declarations going on here. We of course have fulfilled this particular task of recruiting the right amount of units. We hold 3 settlements now, so we're getting some credibility stocked up. We've sent people on assignment, and now we've got to reach the rank of second marquis. Promotion of merit. One of your duties as governor of your domain is the discovery, recommendation, and promoted of talented individuals under your protection. In more stable times, the talented and filial and pious would be recommended to the imperial court for examination, but the Han's authority is shattered. You instead... Sorry, I'll say that again. But the Han's authority shattered. You instead have an opportunity with scholarly refugees and their families fleeing from areas of warfare, and skilled individuals using the opportunity to rise up to forge their own fates. You are in a position to woo those of talent to your ranks and cause. One day, a number of your clerks and officers present to you one name, the name of notable and meritorious person who has been serving local government in some minor capacity. At their recommendation and advice, you invite this individual for an audience. After being impressed by them, you not only offer them a promotion, but an opportunity to serve you personally as a high-ranked and prized member of your inner court. Now, that is quite a lot of jargon there. So we get to keep 500 out of our treasury, but if we do hire this character, it's a very low salary of about 42. I am curious just to accept it, just to see what happens here, because this is probably a part of the mod itself. So I'm interested to see how this goes. It's not going to cost us very much in salary. Cao Cao has a son! An occasion to be celebrated, the mistress of Cao Cao has given birth to a son, Cao Ji. So definitely a lot more historical elements in terms of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms going on. We've just gotten Man Chong. By the way, if I do pronounce these incorrectly, I apologise. Feel free to correct me in the comments. So I'm tempted to go for faction support with this particular general. Where does that leave us? Building upkeep as well if they do become an administrator. And then we've got morale for attacking. I'm tempted to say that. I'll see what weapons we've got available. Nothing really available for that particular class of Vanguard. But rank 4, which is quite good. Certainly a lot of military that you would expect with this kind of red soldier. And we've still got one more point to spend, actually, so that's good. So I'm going to go along the morale route here. We, of course, do have an opportunity to use the tree. So I'm going to go with this for our battle, get some oil, some stakes on the field, and a tower. As we will have to battle very soon. Cao Cao himself has a point to upgrade. So given he's on the battlefield, maybe we want to aim something towards morale, running speed. I'll take that, that's fine. Now, another strategy that I always like to do, regardless of the campaign, is that once you get your 3 territories, if we do have cities, we fortify them. We've done that for Yingchuan, and now working on doing that for Chen, I believe. But we're going to need just a little bit more money, probably one more turn for that. The spy is suddenly flashing, because Man Chong can be a spy, which is pretty cool. I didn't want to have to get someone new into our ranks, and there wasn't any decent turncoats at the time. So, in that respect, I'm going to deploy you against Yuan Shao, because he will no doubt become an issue later on. I suppose we could hire someone to spy somewhere else, but I don't really know who I want to spy on right now other than one of the big players. So that's fine. So we'll save our money so that we can upgrade our settlement just a little later on. In the meantime, however, we will finish what we were doing here. And we'll go with another set of spears on the field. This is Zheng Jiang. We're not at war, but they seem to be happy to move around our lands at the moment. I'm not really sure what they're aiming for, but their army isn't that big at the same time, so I really don't think I need to be worried right now. Another turn in this army is fully stocked at capacity. I'm tempted just to leave them in the city so that full bar of replenishment stays, and then we're going to move them. We're going to start marching them. It also means that, God forbid, Lu Bu decides to declare war. I've still got my army nearby. Right, in that case, let's just take a look at the diplomacy, see if there's any quick deals, anything we're interested in. Probably not at this point. Lubu non-aggression. I do like that. I will absolutely do that. But historically quite treacherous, as we know. Liu Chong, I would strengthen the relationship there as well. So definitely on our western side of the borders, we can fortify some non-aggression. Not so bothered about Yuan Shu, because eventually if he follows the timeline and declares himself emperor, then everybody's going to hate him, and if I fight him, everyone will love me for fighting him. So that's always a tactic I use. Okay, brilliant. Next turn. Alright, nothing to worry about here. Probably some more war declarations. We've got some... Yeah, we've got our spy dispatched. Brute of unmatched power. I wonder if that means Dian Wei or... Oh, Cao Hong. That's not what I expected there. No, it's Dian Wei, of course. Cao Hong is already a part of the court. I was going to say. Right. Fatigue resistance. We'll go with him. Dian Wei, definitely want to get him out on the battlefield at the earliest opportunity. I want a bit of guerrilla deployment for him. Definitely going to enable scare for him as well. We'll take a look at the weapons. Oh, look at this. I finally have a reason to use the blue blade. He's going to be my guy. Let's see if we've got anything else I can offer him. That's food production, it's more administration. Not really a good ancillary, unless he was really unhappy, which he will not be. But I can't wait to get him out on the field. In the meantime, we will continue with our plans to upgrade the settlement. This should hopefully give us walls, which it will. Which is what I want, really. So happy to let that tick over. Cao Cao is fully refreshed and ready to go. So we're going to march you to Chen. And then we're going to decide on a plan of attack for the south. I do want to check who Chen Wen is at war with, because he might be the one to attack next. Let's take a look at Chen, if I can find him on the board. Right at the bottom, of course. Let's negotiate. A war with Dongzhou, Yuan Shu, and the Han Empire. So not really affiliated with anybody, no vassal. Pretty much a lone wolf in that respect, I suppose. So now that we've got a full stack, I think that's what we're going to do next. And then we'll maybe consider heading east to follow the historical part of attacking Tao Qian. Okay, so Zheng Jiang is declaring on Lu Dai. Gondu is also going to war with someone else. Zanyan, historically in the north, declaring war on Yuan Shao. Yang Fen and Gao Gan are going to war with each other. So a lot of war going on. Ooh. Ambition is laudable, yet general strategies rise to their own standing at the expense of others. Has not been indeed to their peers. Deceit has won the promotion they coveted. So we've got a little... Oh, we've lost some spy abilities and character experience with low satisfaction. Yeah, everyone's getting angry. Okay. Oh dear. We're going to have to give out probably some titles, aren't we? To be honest, the only person I'd be interested in keeping would be Yu Jin. These guys, level 1 characters, they don't really have a lot. No, they haven't really been used in any capacity. I mean, this one does look promising. I mean, the artwork is stunning. He's got Roar of the Beast. This one's got Adamant Resolve, melee evasion. I think we'll, yeah. I think we'd want to save Wenji. That's at least one of them. I'll give you a title. Still like Cao Cao. We'll give you the Orator. It's usually the cheapest one. There we go. And you, if you go away, that's fine. Cao Ren is not happy, but still not giving me that little flashy logo, so that's fine. In the meantime, let us go to war. Yuan Shu will love that, so he won't be giving us any trouble. Nice little faction to start off with. We've got pretty much a decisive victory, so I'm tempted just to delegate. Oh, didn't know he's got another farmland. Look at that, he's got all of this. So the plans are essentially changed. We are pushing south. Yeah, we're going to hoover up all these territories, I think. Tao Qian can wait, unless he comes to attack us, but we've got Zheng Jiang as a buffer. And look at this, we've got patrols already in this particular... This is actually usually a farmland, but it's a city. It's actually a city we can wall up and defend. That's a new dynamic change. This is usually like farmland, and then you have to go down here to get your city. Pretty cool. So yeah, we're really in a positive position in that respect, I believe. I just need a little bit more money, and the money's stacking up. Let's take a look at our territories. Chen's on the way. Chuan. I mean, I'm not going to upgrade these buildings for the time being. I'm going to focus on getting this as with a city with walls. Then we can probably look at administrators and things like that. So it's kind of where my thinking is at the moment. Let's take a look at our spy. Hasn't really been... Yeah. I wish I could deploy this unsatisfied general and just send him as a spy. Sometimes that works. Anyway, let's keep going. Right, more wars being declared across all of China, so we'll just get through that. Oh, we've got another of the Cao family coming of age. We do have a challenge now to obviously destroy this faction, which we will get to. But in the meantime, here's our army for Chen Wen. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't know whether that's deliberate. Some of the artwork's missing. But it looks like they've got a lot of archer-based, fair amount of cavalry. These guys, legendary characters in their own right. So we might actually have an interesting fight on that one. So it looks like they'll probably march this direction, I would expect. Let's get that upgrading as well in the meantime. Chen's got about 3 more turns. Attempt to send Cao Cao in. I don't know. I don't mind if they sort of come this direction. I don't mind backtracking. Another decisive victory. Our army's doing pretty well. Oh, we had 500 losses there, so that was a bit more of a hit, but... Ooh. You receive a letter from one of your captains in the army requesting a promotion within your realm to demonstrate their loyalty and allegiance. Now, I wonder if we do this again, it's something similar to what we had last time, that we get more of this, more satisfaction with people being promoted. But this is more expensive, which would imply it's a historical general. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, our power's increased. Fantastic. Let's get administrators on the go. I do like administrators. Spies, we've already got a spare slot for. We've already got 3 armies. We're only using 1 at the moment. So we'll throw in a trade agreement and an assignment, because we do have a stacked court right now. So that's where I'm going to land with that. Wonderful stuff. Let's take a look at the court. Administrators. Now, we have some unhappy generals, I believe. So, do you have anything in terms of administration? We could go along that route at the bottom there and work on that. And realistically, we want the more talented generals out on the battlefield, I think. So in this case, let's give him a little bit of an upgrade. We've got some armor to use up here. Nothing in terms of that. A follower, more food production, why not? And then you're going to be the administrator for me. So I'll put you in charge of... Should we put in pay, or is that too soon? We definitely want someone in Yingchuan, the main capital. So I'm happy to put you there. Cao Ren, I think, was a little bit unhappy, wasn't he? Where are you, Cao Ren? Yeah, a little bit unhappy, so... You know what? I'm going to just say Chen for now. Oh, sorry, wrong menu. And let's put... We haven't looked at our new character yet, actually. We'll do that in a minute. Cao Ren, I don't really use him all that often, to be fair. But look at all these little bonuses here. Lovely. You can look after Chen for me. Then we've got a Grand Commandant, Excellency. We've got more stuff to fill up here, so... Chancellor, he was generally a bit unhappy, so we'll put you in there. I will just check my income as well. It is going down, and I want to keep it up. I don't know if I got another trade agreement, actually. Let's double check that. I did. Yeah, let's trade with... We'll trade with them. Oh, we can form a coalition already. No one's really interested at this stage, which is fine. So they won't become a problem for us right now. Yuan Shu's probably happy we're attacking this faction. Liu Bu non-aggression. Liu Chong trading and non-aggression. So everything is all good. But they've definitely got a large chunk of land. I only thought they had this little territory here, but they don't. Let's take a look at what the situation is here. Oh, oh, is that part... Are they part of our faction? Let me just double check. They are, in fact. We do have a spy, another spy in our faction. I'm going to send you to Tao Qian and keep an eye there. That'd be a good idea. Just so we can get visibility over the area as well, if nothing else. Let's see what we are with this situation. We're still on a cooldown for this, so okay. Let's continue with our court. Double check who's happy, or everyone's pretty neutral right now. Look, I made you an administrator, and you're still unhappy. I cannot believe that. That's just insult to injury right there. Fine, you want to defect, I'll appoint a new administrator. Right, we've got a whole different situation developing here. So if I just get past these little notifications... Oh, someone who we're attacking... They're inviting them into a coalition. I've got a spy to Tao Qian. So, Chen Wen moved his army from here to protect his city. Then we've had a surprise appearance by Gondu. Now, Gondu is usually way over in this part of the map, usually. But Cao Cao himself started here instead of in Chen, so nobody's starting where they usually are. I mean, look at Liu Bei. He's up in the top section here, which I think is historically accurate, rather than in the mountains where Liu Dai is. Tao Qian is still in this section here, but I think he's only got a couple of territories left, so I get the feeling that he may be at war with maybe Zheng Jiang or one of the neighbouring factions, because his territory is certainly not as large as what it usually is. So I'm hoping that Gondu doesn't really give us any trouble and Liu Chong deals with him. But just in case I'm wrong, I think I do want to bring Dian Wei into the fight. And that's another reason I didn't put anyone else in the court, because obviously the salary upkeep will increase. Right, let's take a look at you. Oh, I love these guys, the spear guards, I really do. Oh, I didn't mean to press on these guys, sorry. Okay. But it's certainly got some options in terms of like melee toughness, so we do have assault infantry, as well as the spear guards. Spear guards. Oh, but look at that massive drop there. But it's fine. We're gonna leave him as he is. He can protect. He can be a buffer force for these two here, in case Guandu has other ideas and wants to come attack us. I still can't believe this administrator is still unhappy. You've been put in charge of the capital city, so I'm not doing anything more for you. Now, we're going to have to draw these guys out, I think. But I will just leave... Oh, look at their health. I didn't realise they're taking a pounding on their health there with the last fight. Whereas these guys are more or less good in terms of the character health, so I'll keep them in place for the time being. I am going to check for... because we've got plenty of credibility. We've got to wait another 9 turns before we can get a scheme. Lovely, that's another 2 years on the calendar. Yeah, I mean, we haven't got a lot of money, so I'm not going to spend right now. These guys are going to upgrade to full cities, which will help us defend. Obviously, our spies are pretty much deployed. They're, at the very least, giving us visibility over areas that we couldn't see before. Let's take a look at Yuan Shao, just briefly. So we got yellow turbans over here. Gonsanzan pretty much in his usual position. But definitely new unique generals popping up all over the place. But Yuan Shao himself has expanded quite a lot towards the river. Okay. Definitely in the thick of it now, guys. Right, we're going to leave everybody where they are just for the last turn for winter to be over. We'll see what happens now. Right, folks, spring has arrived. Let's take a look at what this situation is here. Look. Yeah, Martung, declare more. A lot of people requesting coalitions and factions to go to war with other factions. There we go. Yeah, people are a lot of coalitions going on. If someone joined the war against us, I think I just saw. Let me just double check that. Is it down here? Maybe it was further up, actually. Sorry, guys. I'll just have a quick cycle through this. Here we are. Oh, tell me he didn't agree. Oh. You traitorous swine. Liu Chong has now declared war. So we've now lost our ally. I was trading with you and everything. I had a... Traitor. I do not look kindly upon treachery. We can only trade with Yuan Shu now. Right. Okay. Oh, we can marry. We can really dig in with Yuan Shu and get all pally-pally with him. But that'll no doubt annoy everybody else. Okay. Anything that I can just give him that I don't want? Not that I want to do this. Maybe I'll request some money in return. Request regular payments. Maybe buffer up my income a little bit since it's taken a dip since I put Dian Wei on the field. There we go. Lovely. Okay. So now I've got threats all along this little road here. That's lovely. I'd fortified the west, and now the west have decided they've got different plans. Right, who can we peace out with? Nobody. Nobody wants peace either. Great. So we're going to war with quite a lot of people. Okay. So we've got to think of a plan of attack here. One thought I had before Liu Chong betrayed me was to send our army to capture this territory. They'd either come to meet us or they'd go and capture Pei. either way to draw them out of that city is what I'd be after. But then I also have to consider what these guys are up to. Essentially, I'm hoping Gondu will be a bit of a distraction, I suppose, for Liu Chong, but I can't guarantee that. We do have something else here. Let's take a look. We could get more stakes on the battlefield. Reduce the military cost. Try something else, maybe? It's not really a lot here that I'd want. We've got something else for culture. I think that's a relatively new attribute from the mod. But I'll admit I don't know what culture does specifically. So maybe we just go for replenishment. It's usually around here somewhere, isn't it? But obviously I have to remember it's modded now, so it may have changed. Yeah. Need to get replenishment, probably, if I can. Maybe we can get some campaign movement range and speed. We'll earn towards that. And he's still unhappy. And we've got a couple of other generals that are unhappy now. Right. I might have to deploy more generals, depending on where they go next. But the movement of our main army is going to be key here. I'm tempted to go ahead with my plan and see how this army reacts, because they're not interested in peace. Or we could set up an ambush and see what they do next. But if they don't move and they do, I can't afford to be idle. So for that reason alone, I will attack. I'll head in that direction. Maybe I'll just do this, actually. We'll go here first. We will set up an ambush. If they don't jump on the ambush, then I'll continue on to run and I'll have less terrain to cover. I'm going to leave Jian Wei in this area in case I need to pull him back to help out and defend. 1,200, that would use up all of our income. I'm not really thrilled with that, to be honest. But if we see if we've got a general that can give us some mustering. Oh, we've got some faction support as well. I mean, faction support was low. So maybe this is a counter agent to that. And there you go, you've seen some improvement there. So yeah, that was a good idea. I suppose I should just be glad that Lu Bu himself didn't, you know, didn't sort of give me any trouble. Could do non-aggression Yuan Shu, I don't want to. Liu Bei as well. Just a little bit too far away to be concerned right now. Right, guys, this is a bit risky. Let me know what you would do in the comments in this situation, but we'll see what happens. Okay, folks, our ambush actually failed. And apparently we've got inferior forces, and we're going to have a very bad defeat here. Wish me luck. Right, okay, so we've got some wooded areas for sure. I wonder if I can select him and see if there's anything. Oh, it's pretty strong. Melee toughness, range toughness, morale. And he's got the passive debuff. So that will affect our abilities if we get close to him. So I'm just noticing here that we don't have the deployables, even though I'm sure we've selected them, which is quite interesting. Might be a mod thing. Someone could double check me on that. Okay, now I get a bit nervous with forest battles personally, unless got loads of like fire arrows I can smoke them with, which I do not have. I do have smoke screen. Take a look at these abilities. No formations. Oh, these guys do. So they can either do a turtle formation or they can do the encircle. We're going to have to use Roar the Beast pretty much in this case. I might be tempted to deploy in the open. But we don't have a lot of open space in it per se. Okay. Right, we're going to have to think this through. Right. Okay, so we'll make a cavalry unit. Just put them off to the side for the moment. I think we'll bottleneck them here. I think that's part of my plan anyway. He'll have to come in once the army's upon us to try and dissuade them with morale. Right, let's go with the turtle. Okay. You guys are pretty strong in your own right, so that's a good sign. We'll obviously do a little deployment like so. Let's make sure I haven't missed any of them out. Obviously, Cao Cao, I want you pretty close by these guys. I think that's pretty much it actually, so we'll looks like they can spread quite widely. So we'll do that. Beautiful. Let's just get you closer in like so. They bring you guys just closer together. Okay. You guys are gonna hold your ground. Lay at the back. And I do want to deploy you guys probably far out the way. I want you to be able to sneak in and give them a... Okay, right. There you go. It covers a lot of them as well, with obviously that little buff there, which I love. Duels, I'm tempted to avoid just because their health is very low. I can't imagine them winning a duel. So, let's see if this strategy works. They've got their own stack of cavalry. Let's take a look at these units. Oh. Oh, don't make me go to them. Am I going to have to entice them a little bit, draw them out? Because they were the ones who came to me at the end of the day, but... Okay. Right, we'll use probably one of the lightly armoured cavalry. See if we can draw them out a little bit. Encourage them to come after us. I'd rather they come to us rather than the other way around. I shall see what happens. This may be the entirely wrong strategy. It's like, who's going to blink first? And if technically the timer ran down, I don't know whether the victory would go to us or them. Because apparently it was going to be inferior forces, inferior defeat. Right, let's speed this up just a little bit more. Alright, they're gonna stop. They've got like fire and everything. Oh, this is not good. Right, get out of the range. Come on. Oh, we lost a few. We lost a few. And now they're running away. Great. Now they're shuffling. They're gonna start a march. And they've set themselves on fire as well. That should exhaust them. They've done it to themselves. Maybe there's a little bit of a victory in that. He's really not going to move. Come on. Guys, I'm just gonna watch and see what happens. But it is raining, to be fair, so that put it out quite quickly. So some of them forces have kind of scuppered themselves a little bit if they're setting themselves on fire. And look, they're deployed along this way, or they were. No, it looks like they're moving now, which is kind of what I was wanting at the end of the day. But yeah. Oh, you rallied. Right. Good. Now get out of here. Or maybe we should get them to fire their arrows again once they're in the trees. And smoke them out. I don't have fire arrows, but they do. We shall use their own weapons against them. Come on then. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see if it works again. Because these guys aren't going to do much good, honestly. So I'm not too worried that if they rout or we lose them. But if I can get these guys like fatigued, tired, everything. Go on, fire again. Do it. Do it again. Do it again. Or hell, just even charge him. It's fine. I was kind of hoping to burn them out, but hey ho. It's fine, it's fine. But we are facing a bit of a challenge with those archers having flame abilities. And we're kind of like, we've got trees all around us. The army for the most part is out in the open, but I reckon it would still have some sort of impact. Let's just straighten you out a little bit. Right, so they've split up because they've probably spotted our cavalry. Let's go around then. Oh, they were hidden. Some of them at least were. If we can make the army shuffle a little bit. We want to avoid their spears, because they've definitely got some formations I do not have. He's got some toughness to him. And the archers are trying to smoke me now. Right, you guys start to target the spears, I think. See if it can come over here and ambush, like, this section. Ugh. I'll see if I can divide you off, actually. Get those guys. So the archers, I do want to deal with, if I can. Oh, and now because we're in range of this general, he's affected our cooldown, like our ability. Right, you're gonna have to come out there, mate. See if you can demoralize over there. These guys have been intercepted.
战斗会让你厌烦吗？在吾面前，尔等应有自知之明。哼，敌军士兵
You guys can go forward. Right. Roar of the Beast. That's going to affect those guys. Right, I kind of want to get you out of there. Oh, that's on fire. Kind of hoping that doesn't affect our troops too much. Right, they're routing. So we can do something about that. You keep the cavalry occupied. Right, it's split off. Hit the axes. Was that me or him? Oh, we lost a general, but it's really upset Cao Cao. Yeah, we don't want to go on the duel. I was kind of hoping that would increase his health. I'm not sure if it has. Maybe the time to advance is now. But we do want the archers protected at the same time. But I need to get these guys in. So maybe we rethink that little plan of mine. Let's get these guys in. We'll actually send those guys over to deal with the cavalry. His ability's been knocked. Right. I'm tempted to see what this guy's made of. I hope you're not like just standing around me. Come on. Oh, Cao Cao, come out of there. You go over there. Right, fine, you deal with them. I want you to fire on these guys. This is a tough fight, guys. I'm not really sure we're going to pull out of this one. Right, come on. You guys are strong. Oh, their general's coming in that direction. But I think he's the general with the cooldown. So maybe I can do this. Yes, I can buffer them up a little bit. You keep fighting him. Ah, we killed one of their generals, yes. So they're not walking away scot-free. But this guy's angry now. We lost one of our generals. Right, you guys are wavering, so I'm going to get you in the fight before you run away. Right, any more cavalry left on the field? I think we've dealt with the cavalry. That was my main worry. Oh. Cao Cao's been defeated. So we've really got Xiahou Dun left. It's like general for general right now. This is crazy. Right, redeploy. Deal. Right, you need to deal with these. If I just had any... If I got cavalry left. Get over here, guys. Come on. We can use them to harass the archers. Right, get over here. Get in there. Help them out. Come on. Right, use your ability. Come on. Oh, don't you dare waver and run away.
Our men are running.
Come on. I want you to fire at them. Do something. Do something. Right, get in there. Come on. Come on, get in there. I want their archers off the field. I want them running and panicking. The unit's charging without command. I don't care if they need to be charging. If we get out of this win, it'll be by the skin of our teeth. I don't think it's going to happen.
Our men are running.
This is going to have to be like, yes, we lost, but they didn't get away scot-free. Maybe if I had Jianwei on the field, eh? Defeat that general, see if we can. Since we've lost all of ours. Oh. But he is wavering. Right, the more archers we can get off the field, the better.
The enemy unit flees. The enemy general is fallen.
Yes! Like, he's mad. He's mad. See if we can give them a hand. Yeah, I think this battle's probably going to be theirs, to be honest, but it's a good fight. Oh, coming back into the fight. Come on, let's finish the job. Looks like our cavalry have our cavalry have left. If this comes down to purely archers.
Our men flee the battlefield.
Come on, as much damage as we possibly can do. I mean, what are you doing just sitting there doing nothing? Come on.
They are overwhelming us.
No kidding. I'm surprised that general hasn't came for us yet, to be honest. Maybe it's because he's finishing off the rest of our troops. Imagine if we killed that general. Oh, now they're firing this at us, great.
The men have no ammunition. Draw your weapons.
Oh, right. This is it. Go on. We go for the general. It may be futile. Oh, dear. You're not going to get back in time. Maybe we just draw your swords, eh? Attack! It is folly. But it would be funny, like, if we got, like, the last bit of health. And downed him. It was like, yes, our generals were wounded, but so were yours. Yeah, they're already waving, going in. This ain't gonna work.
Our men flee the battle.
And I think this is over. Valiant defeat. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. Oh. That's pretty savage. Like, so he was severely wounded, but these were too. The lead guy was pretty much uninjured and raring for battle. Cao Cao's been wounded. 3 turns to recover. So he's decided to fortify himself out in the open. But over here we can see that Zheng, who declared war on us like ages ago, lives all the way over there, has decided to send his army to add to the mix of all the chaos. Okay, guys, we are really in the thick of it now. As long as Liu doesn't declare war, I mean, that would be the end. Let's go with Reckless. Why not? Okay. So this is where we are at the minute, folks. We decided to go after Chen Wen, thinking that he only had 1 territory. He had several, with a formidable army, which we just fought. We have dealt some significant damage while suffering some ourselves. We do have Dian Wei here, which he's going to have to act as support. What makes me nervous here is that Gondu, who I thought might be giving Liu Chong some grief, looks like he's heading towards our capital city. And there's possibility of Liu Chong himself coming out with an army to attack us. So we are in the thick of it now, guys. So please let me know what you would do in this wonderful situation that we find ourselves in. Let me know in the comments, please. If you do like this series, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know. Help. Just help. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in, and we're going to have episode 3, so keep a lookout for that. Thank you very much indeed.